Oh, there we go. So after some technical difficulties, we
We're new at
are
this.
live. Hey, everyone. Welcome.
Yeah. Bunch of rookies tonight.
What's up?
Yeah. So tonight we're doing some files. As usual, the files are already down below the video. The link to the files, if you want, click on the description, ... more. You'll see the link there. Right click on the link and choose Save Link As, and save that zip package to your computer. And go ahead and unzip that if you want to follow along with what we're doing tonight at home. We'd love to do that. So this has been a incredibly busy week for us, or at least for me anyway. I'm getting prepared for the Galvamatic launch on this coming Thursday. So I know a lot of people are excited about that, about seeing that new machine. That new machine is going to be here tomorrow, Monday, and Leo will be here tomorrow from China, and we'll be setting it up together and getting some demo files ready for the live stream on Thursday. You're not going to want to miss that live stream, because we're going to be giving away 2 Galvamatics in that live stream. So one, we already have a contest running right now. In fact, you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to go put a link to that in the chat. Let's see. So there we go. So there is the link. I don't know about that Jason mask that gets put in there every time we put a link in here.
It
Looks like a confused ghost.
Yeah. Hopefully that link works. So now that link is going to take you to a raffle that's happening right now for a Galvamatic 40 that we're launching Thursday. There's also and that drawing, by the way, is going to be live from my other shop, and Patrick's going to be here from Light Source Engraving, and Leo's going to be here from China, and Dimitri is going to be here from Canada. Dimitri is the tech support. Ed says that link looks normal on screen. That's good to hear. I don't know why we see Jason mask there. Hey, Herb. Hey, Glenn in Oklahoma. So anyway, that is the link. If you want to go register for the first drawing, we're going to draw that live on Thursday night for the winner of that raffle. We're also going to have a second drawing that same night, Thursday night, and we're going to give away a second one to someone who is in the audience Thursday night. So we're going to have 2 raffles. Hey, Kenny, I just saw you a few minutes ago, didn't I? Kenny's waiting on that gumbo. Keeps talking about that gumbo. In the comments, there's a link. He's saying, I don't see the download link. Am I confused? Scroll up a little bit in the comments and you'll see it there. The Laser Maker's Realm is not live. Okay. I don't know why.
That's what I was just going to check too.
Well, we have 72 people with us right now, and it shows that we have 5 from HTL Customs.
Cool.
11 from Patrick's channel, 47 from mine, and 15 from the Laser Maker's Realm. Oh, try and refresh the page. Well, if you can hear me talking. And Kenny, by the way, what we were talking about earlier, we don't have 4X t-shirts for the swag pack, but my son's the shirts that my son makes are high quality, and I'm pretty sure that the 2X is going to fit you just fine. Cutting Edge Laser says he just switched from there to here. Okay.
I just checked and it's live.
It is live. Okay. I see the stats up in the top. So
download link is in the description.
The download link is in the description below the video. Click on ... more. That opens the description. and you'll see the download link in there. Okay. So anyway, I don't want to dominate this with the Galvamatic, but I'll show you some of the things that are. I couldn't get to the files from the link, but they're available on LaserMaker's Realm. Yeah, so you just right-click on the link in any of the descriptions and choose Save Link As. I don't know why so many people have problems with that. Clicking on it is just going to automatically download it to your downloads folder. Okay, so I'll show you some of the swag that I've got here. Some of the samples. We've got a nice swag bag that's going out to all the audience participants. Patrick has his Barry White voice going on. Patrick's feeling a little sick.
I increased the bass in my ATEM. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So tonight I've got in my package, I've got some Easter stuff, and basically it's a Lightburn art library. Plus I've got SVG files. The links work, Mark. So click on it and it'll go to your downloads. Hey, Jerry. So I've got some basic files that I've made a couple things out of so far. One is the graphics are really what's important in my files. And I made this camera won't work. So as usual, I have to go to the other camera. Let me put this in full screen. So these are the graphics that I'm using. This is a special coaster for my wife. I am going to take Jesus and put him into the cross and cut it, but I haven't gotten to that, cut shapes. So I haven't gotten to that yet, but you can do this on your own. These 3 different graphics will be in there, and you can make anything that you want. I have it in a square version for a coaster like you see here. And then I also have it, that's a finished coaster. This one is unfinished. And I have it the round version and the square version. So this little hole right there by the head of Jesus I fixed. So yeah, so that's what I've been doing. I've mostly been doing swag for the upcoming live stream. I've been really busy with that because of my back problems. I haven't been able to do anything. Hopefully that'll all get fixed on April 2nd, which is the surgery to fix my failed back surgery. So hopefully that'll get fixed on April 2nd, and I'll start making videos again. But I have very limited time in the seat. Jack says available during the live stream. On what channel, Jack? We're on 4 different channels.
I just double checked and fixed my channel in the LaserMaker's Realm. I don't know why it didn't take.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, mine does the same thing. You have to just copy it and then paste it into a browser, and it'll give you the file. I don't know why it did that on mine either.
You shouldn't have to copy and paste anything. But if you go to lasermakersrealm.com, I don't know why these files are such a problem. If you go to lasermakersrealm.com, the very first blog post, the files are underneath there. You'll see them. So you don't have to click on more or anything like that. There isn't a link on. Refresh your browser, Uncle Ron. I'm going to go check right now on my website. Let's see. Content, live. 322. Yep, link is definitely there. And I'm just going to.
The link works. It downloads files.
Yep, I see it.
I posted it in the chat.
Okay, so there's obviously something going on with service because mine is not even playing. It says waiting for the Louisiana Hobby Guy. So something going wrong with the server tonight. Don't know what it is. I'll try and reload it again. Nope, mine's not playing on my site. And there are 31 people waiting, it says. I don't know. We have a lot of problems with this new server that we've been using. Let me see. Louisiana Hobby Guy. It says that I'm live here, but Okay, so all right, I see it there. I'm really not sure
It's
what's going
showing live
on.
for me.
Is it?
Yeah, whenever I actually go to your channel in the web browser, it's live.
Yeah, I'm just doing a real quick test here. It won't load it for me. I want to see if it's the same link. This is probably like something that happened to us when we first started with this new server.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it sure is. It sure is. Okay, so that's what the problem is. I'm going to make a comment on my channel, I guess. Give us a second, folks. I don't know what
Oh,
we're going to do about this new software.
yeah. The link for the the link for the stuff disappeared off the description on my video. That's weird. It just says available during live stream again.
Yeah,
Why is that happening?
my link is not working, so I got to make a comment here. Let me see. Can't make a comment because it's not live. Wow, I'm really not liking this new software.
Oh yeah, I see what it did.
It
That's why
changed the
the
link.
link wasn't there. Yep, sure did.
Yep, mine says
What
that.
happened?
It created new links on our channels, so that's why what we updated earlier wasn't showing up.
I don't know why it would do that. I don't know what to do about this. Thank you, Janie. I don't know how to change this in here.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not working for me either.
Well, we have 138 people that are watching, so hopefully some of the people are going to find us.
Okay, well.
Okay, this is very strange. I'm really going to have to talk to these people with this server because this happened to us once before where they changed the link.
Thank you, Janine. Appreciate it.
Can you send a new live stream notification? No, I don't know how to do that. Everyone is trying to get here. I'm not sure what that means.
End it, restart it real quick. I don't even have the link available. I went into my file system and the link says it's not there anymore.
You are reverbing badly. I don't know who you is.
That's because it created a new live stream link. So you have to add it to that description too.
Well, let me just change this. I'm going to put in here new link. And save that. Now, hopefully people see that. That should show up right below the video. Let me go take a look. Weird.
In the meantime, this is for Jeannie.
Okay, so now let me copy this one and see if I paste this in here. This is the one that's not working. Yep, it says new link now. New link. Okay. All right. That's all we can do now. I just changed my description to say new link.
Too many USA flags. Well, bye.
Too many USA flags. No such thing.
Yep. Well, that's
Reverb
what
is bad.
Polybs 404 said. So
I don't know
see you
where the
later.
reverb is coming from.
All right, mine is updated on the. I hope.
If you just update, put the new link in as the first line of your description, it'll show up. All right. So anyway, there's nothing that we can do. We're here. There are 156 people here with us. So hopefully the other people are going to find this link, and hopefully I'll get this straightened out with the people that own the server that we broadcast through, because this is the second time that it's happened to us. I think it was our very first live stream, right, Patrick?
No, it was later than that.
Yeah, it was 4 or 5. We did a few of them, and then we had trouble, and we had to quit.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it did that.
All right. Well, I am going to start Lightburn and get my file ready. Patrick, do you have anything that you want to say this week? I know you've been feeling bad. I know Jeremy does.
I've been tired, lethargic all the time still, and working full time, and I haven't got anything done. But here's tonight's file. If you guys haven't saw it. So I put some Easter lilies and a bunny. And it says Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
So you got a little stand to put your egg in. So you can cut that out. But I'm going to burn this tonight. And what I'm going to do is do an offset fill of the whole egg and then cut it out. That way it'll have some decoration so I don't have to paint it.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll decorate it with a laser.
Okay.
And that's about all I have to say tonight.
All right. Well, I know Jeremy's got a bunch of stuff he's been working on this week. While I get my Lightburn set up, he can show you what he's been doing.
Yeah, I've been messing around with a lot of stuff. I've had to do this about 4 different times, so this is kind of a little still wet, but there we go. And this one, I messed up my settings. I don't know how I did it. Rich and I were going over it, and I think I know what I did now. But anyways, it looks kind of different. It's a He Is Risen cross, and it comes with a 2-piece base that has the Matthew 28:6 on the bottom, and then it's all lined up, glue it together, and then it kind of looks like this when you're done. Only this one, you can see the different color in there. That is 3D printed. I cut these letters out, 3D printed them, and then stuck them in on the back. I just have them taped in for now. And let me show you what they look like in a different color that'll probably show up a little nicer. There's the H, and it's just got a back on it, so you can glue it in from the back and not have any glue come through the front. And this is what it looks like with the orange letters in the cross. And I'm sorry it's washed out. My lights are off actually in here too.
That's a cool idea, 3D printing the inlay.
Yep. I got a video I'm trying to get done on how to take it from Lightburn into a slicer and do it. And then you guys know that I do these air fresheners with just clear coat on them, just wood, 3 layers. Well, I painted one. I hate painting. So I thought, why can't I do that same thing with the 3D printer? So I took my file from Lightburn, turned it into an SVG, and printed it and glued it on. And I did that with my turtle.
By the way, just so that you guys know, if you want to do something like this, if you select the file and do File Export in Lightburn, you can change it to an SVG so that you can use it on your 3D printer.
Oh, one more trick to this. If you have, so this is 3 pieces. If you have all 3 pieces and you select them and then you export it, all 3 pieces will go to your slicer, and that won't work. You just have to select the face or whatever the one that you want to print.
Right.
And it will only export that one, which I learned that the hard way. Oh, there's a frog. I did the little frog too.
That's cute.
It took a lot of work to get that from engraving and cut lines in Lightburn to just printing so it all stayed together on the 3D printer. So
nice.
That's what I was doing this week.
Okay. Sounds like a busy week. Hang on one second. Let me get my mouse back.
I don't like epoxy either. It's too stinky and messy for me.
Yeah. Well, I can show you what my files are before we get started. So mine is, I have, like I said, an art library and the SVG files. This is the first one. And let me zoom in on this a little bit. And you can see that if you ungroup this, you can use these graphics any way you want. Okay. This is the second one, which is the same thing as the first one, but for a square coaster. And then I've been experimenting with a shattered glass look. And I haven't quite got this one down yet, but I'm going to have this down this week. But you can play with this if you like. And all you have to do is go into Node Edit and make these wider, these lines. And down the bottom, there are little flowers under the cross. And if you make these lines wider and you run, I don't know, 20, 30 passes on it, you'll get a really nice, deep 3D engraving. In fact, let me see. I think I have one up here. Yes, I do. So this was the first one that I tried right here. And this only has 2 passes on it. So the graphic in the middle, the graphic in the middle is 2 passes. That's why it's a little yellow or gold. And then the cracks were 1 pass. So I'm going to widen up all of those cracks some, and I'm going to run maybe 15, 20 passes, and they'll get really deeply recessed. So this was done on the LaserMATIC. So that's that one is still a work in progress, but you guys can work on it too. And I've got my machine set up over here. Let me see. That's camera 4. And I did finally get the machine hooked up because I switched over to, let me put the other camera on. I switched over to the Mira 5 on my workbench over here, and I moved the LaserMATIC back there, so I had to get a 30-foot cord to plug in the USB, an extension cord, an active cable. So I've got that done. I've got the fume extraction set up. This one goes to my front fume extractor outside, and I'm ready to run one of these projects tonight. And I'm going to use these old coasters that I've got here. As you can see, I ran a test on one of them. This won't focus, but anyway, I'll show you on the other camera in a minute. I can show you now. I ran this test on one of them. So came out pretty nice, but I want to slow down the burn. I still have a couple more of these. Believe it or not, I got this 4-pack of coasters with the wood carrier from Hobby Lobby for $2.25. But these are really old and they're very inconsistent. So that's the only problem with Hobby Lobby. It's a lot of Chinese junk. So you'll see that. Let me show you 2 of these at once, and you'll see the difference. See, the coasters are all inconsistent. So they all look different. They all have different surfaces, and not the greatest quality, but they do have this cool little box, and it comes with 1, 2, 3, 5 coasters all together in the box. I think it comes, 6. Yeah, because you got this one too. So you got 6 coasters all together, and I think it's either 240 or 260, something like that. I think it was $6 or $7, and you know how they constantly have the 40-50% off going on at Hobby Lobby on wood stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to go get set up over there, and let me see if I can pick a coaster that would even look good. This one looks okay, I guess. The consistency is what I don't like, and these are very soft white wood. So I don't know where these dark lines come from, because these are definitely white wood. You can see by the grain, and they're super light. But I'm going to go over to the laser, if I can find the right camera, and turn it on and get this set up.
Okay, I'm going to answer a few questions here about my stuff. So that's PLA. It is silk. I don't remember the brand. I got IK System or something a while ago, and then I got some other stuff that just came in today. I got like a 16 pack of different colors. So it's all silk PLA. It is about 11 inches tall. And I held this up earlier. I actually did one for you guys. I did one that fit on one piece of plywood instead of 4. I tried. So the printer, the 3D printer, I have a Anchor Make M5C, which is a boat anchor. It's working ish for the moment, but then
Ish.
I just got a Flash Forge 5M in
I
yesterday.
like that it's
So
working ish.
I get 2 good prints and then 3 failures. So it's kind of, yeah, I don't know. On the same exact, just hit print, 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 print on the same thing, same settings over and over again.
Well,
And I did a lot of these.
it's a good thing that it didn't cost you too much.
Right. No, it got me addicted. That's for sure. So, and these are Pet G. These are pool noodle handles. Why is that so bright? These are pool noodle handles, sword handles for the pool.
Okay, so I'm going to show you a little trick here, just for. Hang on, let me get back to my main screen here.
It's not translucent. It's very thin. So that's why it looks like it is.
I don't know where the reverb is coming from. Where is the reverb when which person is talking, Rita? Oh, that's way back there. Okay. Hopefully that's all gone. Yeah, I'm way back on the comments. Sorry about that.
Yeah, mine bumped back up to the middle too. I had to scroll back down.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the file that I'm going to do tonight, and I'm going to show you a little trick with this. Lots of people have trouble framing. I intentionally did not put this up in the top left corner on the LaserMATIC. Well, first off, I couldn't on this one because this one doesn't have the original honeycomb. So it's not in a specific spot all the time. So anyway, I put it up there, and I want to show you why. Because over here, a lot of people ignore this button right here that says rubber band frame. Let me see what it says. Hang on. Yes, trace a rubber band boundary with the laser head. Beam disabled, speed taken from the move panel, blah, 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 all that. So I'm just going to hit the rubber band frame on this. And now I'm going to go move the actual piece of wood on the laser. So I'm going to show you this, how to get a perfect frame if you don't work in absolute coordinates. So here we go. I'm going to hit frame. I'm going to go over to the laser.
Yeah, Jim, I use that a lot too.
Got to put a magnet on here so I can disable the switch.
I didn't move my fingers fast enough one time, Rich, and hit it with the fiber laser. That was fun.
So I don't know if you all were able to see that. I just moved the coaster around, and I'm ready to start this burn. So let me go ahead and turn that off. So now I have this framing on continuously in the settings. So you have to have that on. So it's just going to frame over and over and over again until you tell it to stop framing. Let's see. So now at this point, all I did was close the lid, and I'm ready to run the job. So I do have to bring that back up for a minute because I have to check my settings and all. I've done some other things after this. So
that's looking good, Patrick.
Yeah, not too bad so far.
I'm going to go with the pine setting. Yeah, let's see. I think I want to do about 12,000 and 100. Why is this in constant power mode? Okay, fill all shapes at once. Okay, let me take a quick preview. I know you can't see that, but I'll bring it onto the screen. Yep, that's what I want right there. I'm going to say okay. And now all I have to do is hit the start button, and hopefully that's going to work. Crud, I'm late to the live stream. Well, we're glad that you found us. Hey, Pop. Yeah, that Pop. If you're being blocked for the site certificate, I have I have legitimate site certificates for Laser Maker's Realm and for the download. So we went through this last live stream. Just turn off your what was it last time? Your antivirus? Oh, I didn't turn the exhaust on.
No, it's the same thing he did this time. He just used his phone's Wi-Fi to get it.
What?
He used his phone's Wi-Fi to get it, his hotspot, to bypass the Xfinity.
Oh, okay. I don't know why they would block it because I have a legitimate security certificate. It's active and valid. All right. Well, I've got mine going. It looks like it's in the right spot. Lots of people have problems framing, and that new feature that came out a few months ago is really great. Where continuous framing. I really like that.
Yeah, I use that. I use that a lot, especially in situations where you've got scraps right here and you want to put something in here and you just do it square and it comes straight over and down and you don't know where that little cutoff is. So I use the rubber band to make sure.
Yeah, the rubber band frame works good.
That I need to use.
Works well, I should say.
I'm not burning anything tonight because that laser is 2 feet behind my head and I can't hear Rich tonight on the speaker. So I did my printing, my cutting, and all of my 3D printing before the stream, so I could hear
Jim.
stuff.
Yeah, Jim says he uses rubber band frame a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Don't open the laser with the switch disabled unless you use a hybrid. I'm only framing at 1%. You don't have to worry about that. And I'm framing on wood, so there's not going to be any reflection.
Oh, that's Patrick's mic making all that noise.
Mine's mic's been off. I was coughing.
Oh, okay. I just heard a whole bunch of stuff. I thought it was you trying to get in and.
Has anyone had your laser head shut off but keep moving when transitioning from fill to line for cutting? Do you mean have the laser beam stay on as it transitions from? I don't understand that question.
Mine shuts off when it transitions and then
Yeah,
turns back on
they
to do
all
its
shut
next
off when
thing.
they transition from fill to line for the cut.
No, Jim, I didn't leave any settings for the 3D print letters because you have to put those to your machine and your filament. I have 4 or 5 different profiles right now for all my different PLAs and stuff, so you can't
Yeah,
just...
Keith, the link to the files is below the video. Click on ... more for the description. You'll see the link there. You can also get the file at lasermakersrealm.com. It's the very first blog post. It's posted there as well.
But I'm still brand new at this, so don't listen to me.
Jeremy, did you leave settings for the 3D print letters?
I just addressed that.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so he's saying that the beam doesn't come back on.
Oh.
No, I haven't had that problem. You know, I seem to remember somebody having that problem like a year ago, and they had constant power mode turned on, and for some reason when it switched from engraving to cutting, yeah, they did. That's what it was. About a year ago, somebody posted that in the forum. Try turning off constant power mode if you have it on. I can't think of what else it would be.
Huh.
It
Apparently,
thinks
I've
it's
been running
performing the
mine
cut,
with
but no
constant
beam.
power mode on all the time.
Jeremy, I can't. Your mic is low.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's just low.
That's weird. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, I have been running mine with constant power mode on. I just checked one of my settings and I hadn't looked at it in a long time, and it's on.
Cutting Edge Laser says, so ready for Thursday. Can't wait to meet everybody. We can't wait to meet you too. It's going to be a fun live stream. And we got I'll show you some of the swag later on in the video. We got, me and my son got it all done. You're going to get a swag bag with a custom logo on it. There's going to be a hat. There's going to be a t-shirt. There's going to be a pocket knife. There's going to be pencils and pens and all kinds of stuff inside the swag bag. It was probably me. I had to replace the laser. Leo and Dimitri said it was the laser overheating, but it's been happening on my new one too. Yeah, I can't imagine why. I have 4 LaserMATICs. I've never had that problem. Check and see if you have constant power mode turned on, because I do remember somebody that had that problem last year in my Facebook group. Oh, mine's starting to go faster. That means it's getting close to the end. It looks like I did good with the settings. I lowered the settings and raised the LPI. By the way, Jeremy and I were talking about this before the live stream. If you want to get a darker black burn, people try so many different ways to do it. All you have to do is raise your LPI, so where the lines overlap, and then it'll be. If you go from, like, let's say 300 to 400, then it'll be like doing 2 passes at once, because the lines will overlap.
Yeah, that's what happened to which I don't even know where it went. This one right here. That's what happened to this one. It went blonde instead of dark, and that's a I don't know, golden
Mopchill's
ochre
asking what the font is
stain on there.
inside the cross. What font is that, Jeremy?
Yeah, I just looked it up. It's called Reclaim Glory.
Where is the constant power mode setting? If you double click the layer, and you'll see it right there. So double click the layer, that'll bring up the cut settings editor, and then you'll see a little box a little tick for constant power mode. See if you have that on. That should only be on if you're in line mode, not in fill mode.
I put it in the chat so you guys can read it in case you didn't hear me right.
It looks like mine's just about finished. I'm going to go over there.
I think it was one of the fonts that I got off of defont.com.
And mine just finished. I'll show you in a second how it came out. Oh, that's another tip too, by the way. Before you take this off of the laser, if you don't touch it and you just use a paintbrush and brush away all the dust and debris, it should come out fine if your settings are right. If your settings are not right and you have, any overburning stuff like that, any soot or whatever, you can just spray it with some water. Get a regular sprayer with water, spray it down and wipe it off quick. And let me show you how this came out. There it is. Now this is a bad wood. You can see, look, I'll show you the other side. See all the holes and stuff? And it's got like fur on it. It needs to be sanded, but the engraving, I think, came out perfect. So there are 3 separate graphics in the art library that I put up. And you can take and use any of these graphics, any of these 3, just by ungrouping the file. And then you can use them as you like. I do the praying hands a lot. I've done probably 50 or 60 praying hands for friends and family, bigger ones, like 15 inches tall, to hang up on their wall. But I am going to take the Jesus over here, which, by the way, this Jesus, I had a couple people ask me about it. It's a really, really nice, let me show you again really quickly. It's a really, really nice version of Jesus on the cross. And I got this from the National Gallery of Art. I think it's what is it, Patrick? NGA.gov, something like that. Well, if you just search for National Gallery of Art, they had this was a painting. So what I did was I downloaded the painting, I copied it, I pasted it into Lightburn, I traced it. Oh no, wait. After I pasted it into Lightburn, then I exported the file as a process bitmap. So if you do file, export, process bitmap, and then I deleted that one from the screen, then I imported the process bitmap, then I traced it. And then it took about 45 or 50 minutes to really to do some node editing and get the Jesus to appear properly. But it was well worth it because it's really a great SVG file. I don't think you'll find a better one anywhere. So you can design your own cross and put this on the cross, and it comes out absolutely wonderful. I wonder, I do have one in here, but I don't have a camera to show you. You know what I can do? I can take a picture of it with my phone and show you that way.
Hey, he's doing that. I'll show you this one. I ran an offset fill at 6,000 speed, 30% power, and an interval of 0.5. That way it would have some variation in it.
Cool.
If you didn't want
does that have
all the light
base on it?
What's that? No, it's just where it's long and pop down through.
Okay, it fell through too far.
Okay, let me come back to me real quick, and I will show you on my phone. These are the ones that I make for my friends. Look at how beautiful that Jesus trace came out. I don't think you're going to find a better trace. Like I said, I took 45 minutes to an hour doing all the node editing on this, and came out really, really nice. At least I think so, anyway. But that is one of my favorite ever traces that I've ever done. And, tracing can be really hard. Let me exit the full screen here so I can see what's going on.
Yeah, Patrick, I saw what happened with that, with the egg.
Okay, so follow up. I have constant power mode off for fill and on for line. So so that's the way it should be.
Mark, the 2.0 is
Jim.
a public release candidate that you can go to LaserMATIC or Lightburn and just download it and start using it.
Yeah, just go to lightburnsoftware.com and you'll see it on the main page. They have the public beta. Sharon says, I love the Jesus file. I do too. That was a great find. And I don't remember what I was searching for it for. I was searching for it for another project that I never did. But when I found it, I kind of sat on it for a couple of days and wanted to figure out how I could use that. And I obviously I couldn't use the photo, and I think it was a painting, if I'm not mistaken. But once I got the trace down, it took me 10 or 12 traces to really get a decent trace. And then I had to spend, like I said, 45 minutes to an hour, something like that, going in node edit and doing it in node edit.
You guys want to see my failure of the week?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's really disappointing. Well, especially this goes out to the gentleman who said there was too many USA flags.
Here we go with those numbers again.
That's a saw blade, obviously.
Yep.
Collared with the fiber laser.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow my numbers got nudged and they came off center. So the 6 is down a little bit too low, and you'll see the 12's down too low.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're talking about. I don't think that's really. I didn't even notice that. But I like the fact that you fixed the Roman numerals.
I was so disappointed though, because
do you remember the one 2 years ago?
Yeah, but luckily there's another side that I can work with that's still fresh.
There you go.
Yeah, I got to try that. I've never done that.
Because I made a little 3D printed insert that would go in the hole to center up the clock works, so it would just mount directly on the wall like that. And next time.
Yeah, Rich said you got that Jesus from that art place. There's each state has, I can't remember what it's called now, but it's something.gov that you can go and get pictures, historical photos and different things like that from your own state too, that you can download, and they're pretty good quality. And I have a saw blade hanging on the wall over there that's got a 1905 sawmill done on it, and it's pretty epic. So I like going to the state's conservatory, whatever they call it, for photos and stuff, the historic site, and get stuff.
Okay, so I just put that link in the comments because somebody's saying it's not showing up under my video. So there you go. It's lasers.icu/3-22-25 right there in the comments. I think I can probably go and fix that. I don't know. Let me see.
There's already a couple of things on mine now that I'm looking at it done that I would probably do differently, and I'm sure you guys are going to find them and do them different too. I don't think you could ever do anything that's perfect right off the get go. I always find stuff to tweak.
Yeah, I don't. It's not even showing up in my dashboard on YouTube. The video that's being shown right now.
Luckily, the Easter Bunny worked. I hadn't tried it, other than if you glue flaps on a flat surface sitting in the base, it'll be okay.
Drake is wondering if you want to sell that saw blade file.
I can tell you the file, but the settings won't work for you.
Yeah, well,
that exact result.
Yeah, the settings will be different for every laser.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll give you the file if you want the file.
If you hadn't said anything, Patrick, no one would have seen the shift. I agree, Joe. I didn't notice it myself. I'm sitting there staring at it, wondering what he's talking about. I'm looking for it to be off, left or right, and
well, get it out there before the trolls do.
I noticed it as soon as I saw it.
Mom Chill says, I noticed that in version 2.0, if you place something outside the working area, the laser tries to work on it and triggers an out of bounds alarm. Is this just me? You can turn off the out of bounds alarm in the device settings. So more than likely you're using maybe a CO2. On the diode, it ignores everything that's outside.
He's got he said he's got the K40 Plus.
Yeah, well, that. So you just go into your device settings and turn off the out of bounds warning. Drake is right. We are our own worst critic.
Or you can just use cut selected graphics. That way, if it's not selected, it won't try to cut it.
Yeah, that's what Patrick does. Yeah, that's what Patrick
I always use cut selected graphics. Yep.
Just select the item that you want to engrave, and on the laser tab, there's a switch there to turn on cut selected graphics.
I sold my American flag saw blade at an auction.
Wait a minute.
That was pretty good.
Lewis says, hi from Montgomery, Monterey. What's
Mexico?
Mexico.
MX is Mexico?
I think so.
Yep, you're right. Monterey, Mexico. Okay, I get it now. Jack says sometimes Lightburn will not accept .lbart and .lbart file. No, that's not true. You're on the wrong tab. So instead of being on the library tab, then it won't accept a LBArt file. You have to be on the art library tab. So that's a common mistake that everybody makes. A lot of people go to the library tab and then they try and bring in an art library, but that won't work. Patrick, tonight, please down a bottle of NyQuil. I said the same thing, Kenny. I was going to cancel his flight. I said, don't bring that down here. I just got over the flu a week and a half ago.
Yeah, it's not viral because it started right here in my chest. And I know when that happens, it's like a bacterial bronchitis. So I started an antibiotic today.
Drake says, fun fact for you. When you ask a CO2 engraving question on ChatGPT, Patrick's YouTube account and videos come up. Oh, that's cool.
That is very cool. Thank you for that.
Yeah. So, what I was talking about earlier, would you guys like to see some of the swag that we're going to have at the live stream on Thursday night? The swag is going to the audience members. So let me show you real quick. Let's see how we're going to do this. We'll go full screen and we'll go to the close-up camera. So this is one of the items. This is a pocket knife. It says Galvamatic.
Don't put it in your pocket for the flight back home.
Yes, do not. Oh, I didn't think about that.
Checked baggage only.
Yeah, you got to put this in your checked baggage. This is the other side. So it says 2025 down on the bottom and Rolly over there. So that's one item. Everybody gets one of those. Everybody gets a whole set of Rolly Automation coasters. That was done
those came out really good.
These were done on the LaserMATIC. Everybody gets a 100-page notebook. You always need to have notes in your pocket, just like you always need to have a pocket knife. So everybody gets one of these notebooks. And I don't have any more swag here, but we're also going to have, you're also going to get pens and pencils and t-shirt and hat and a very special swag bag like you've never seen at any of these get-togethers. Bummer, I can't download the newest version of Lightburn because my license expired. Yeah, well, it's worth renewing it. It's worth renewing it.
I'll have my Sharpie, and if you want me to sign your chest, I can do that and give you an autograph. I'm sure everybody would like that.
Would you autograph my head?
Sure. Let your hair grow out, and I'll carve my name into it with some trimmers.
Greg Wilson is asking who burned the knife. I did. So I made everything except the hats, the t-shirts, and the actual bag itself. My son made those. Like to see all the merch if you can. You'll see it probably on Thursday night. It's not actually merch. It's just a just a swag bag. You attend an event and they give you a bag with a few things. Usually it's just stickers. Oh, there's going to be stickers in there too. Where is the get together? It's here in New Orleans at my other shop. So Thursday night. In fact, you know what? I'll put a link to that video, that live stream. I gotta actually come over here and get it now because I have too many links in here. Here it is. I'll put the link in the comments so that you guys can go over there now and set your click the bell notification. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe, because on that night we will be giving away. First off, we had the first link, which is for the raffle that's going on now until the live stream. We'll be pulling that raffle an hour into the live stream on Thursday night for a free Galvamatic. Then you've got the live stream itself. During the live stream, we're going to pull a second raffle from people that are actually there in the live stream. So everyone that's in the live stream is going to have a chance to enter into that raffle. Let's see. Kenny says, I'll have my brother-in-law's professional Nikon camera. Take plenty of pics. I think we'll have the pics covered. Patrick's going to be doing a whole bunch of pictures and stuff. But yeah, Kenny, you can make a video on it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And we're going to have a meet and greet. So that's going to start an hour before the live stream. And we'll have some snacks and drinks and things like that. And then after the meet and greet, we'll do the live stream. And then after the live stream, we're going to have dinner. So my wife is making her exceptional gumbo, probably the best on the planet. And I think we're going to be doing hamburgers and beans as well. So I make the best New England baked beans you've ever had. So I think we're going to do hamburgers and beans and maybe coleslaw or something like that, or gumbo, or both, whatever you want for dinner after the live stream. And we'll have a second social after that. So it's going to be about a 4-hour event for the people that are coming. We've got people coming from all around the country. Yes, thank you, Pop Pop. Everybody hit that like button. And if you're not subscribe, please.
That's it's what time is that live stream starting?
9:00 Eastern. Thank you, David. Much appreciated. Thank you for the support. By the way, anybody that sends a super chat or a donation to the channel, all of those funds go directly to these two guys down here, Patrick and Jeremy. And we use that money to buy supplies. Joe saying, did I get to play with the new Galvamatic? No, not yet. So that won't arrive here until Monday. So DHL is delivering that on Monday. Leo will be here tomorrow from China. So we'll be able to get that set up for the live stream and get a couple files ready that we can run during the live stream so you can get a good demonstration. Do you have to be in the live stream to win? Well, if you follow that link to LAHobbyGuy.com/Galvamatic40, no. So you can, just enter into that raffle right now. That'll be drawn on that night, and you'll be contacted by email if you're the winner anywhere in the world. And during the live stream, we're going to have a second raffle for people who are in the live stream only. So hope that answers that question. Keep it up.
And that is for David.
There you go.
Keep it up. Thank you, David. So let's see. Wish you could send some of that gumbo through the live stream. Charles, my wife makes the most fantastic gumbo I've ever had. I've had a lot of them. She got the original recipe from what we call coon asses down here on the bayou in Lafitte. One of my really good friends who's passed away now, and his mother supposedly made, she's Cajun, supposedly made the best bayou gumbo on the bayou. And my wife got that recipe. My wife is from the Philippines, so any recipe that she gets, she makes better. And man, did she make it better. So I remember, this is many years ago. It's like 30 years ago. But I remember Elaine giving her the recipe and saying, here, I know you're going to change it, but you're not going to make it any better. And my friend Jimmy said the same thing. And about a month later, I guess she had made 2 or 3 versions of it. And we brought a pot down to the bayou, and there was a family get together going on. And everybody that was there agreed it was the best that they've ever had. Macaroni salad, says Mark. I think we're doing coleslaw, Mark. We're going to do custom burgers, which my favorite burger is a meatloaf burger. I don't know if you guys have ever done them, but it's my absolute favorite. So we're going to do meatloaf burgers and my New England baked beans. And the food's going to be fantastic. Trust me on that. Trust me on that. I'm hoping that Milmage gets released soon. I don't know if it's even in the works anymore. Patrick, have you heard anything? I haven't spoken to Jason recently.
I haven't. I do not know.
I'm sure that. Thank you, Jeannie.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. Can't wait. We'll be driving from Fort Worth, Texas. That's a 10-hour drive, Jeannie. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure you already know that, but just so that you know, it's a 10-hour drive. Jerry says, man, I can't wait to taste that gumbo in your burger too. I just had a meatloaf burger for dinner. It's a meatloaf that's fried, a meatloaf burger that's fried, and then it's got a special sauce that goes on it, and then it's topped with barbecue sauce and Swiss cheese and hamburger pickles and all that kind of stuff. It's absolutely the best burger, in my opinion. It's the best burger that I've ever had. And I did have one of those Wagyu burgers in Vegas, and that didn't impress me.
Our family does that with leftover meatloaf. We'll fry them up into burgers, put them on burger buns and stuff.
Mark says, cool, I prefer a hat. If you're going to be in the audience, Mark, then you get a hat and a T-shirt, a swag bag, and everything that goes with it. Cutting Edge Laser Engraving says he's driving in from Middle Tennessee. Another 10-hour drive. Almost. Middle Tennessee, 9 hours, something like that. Sunhawk says, I am in Northeast Kansas. I thought I was the only one who does meatloaf burgers. Excellent choice. Meatloaf burgers are absolutely my favorite. I mean, I've had burgers all over the world. Well, you know what? There is one place in the Philippines that has a better burger. And Tony LaForte, $10 from
Thank you,
Tony.
Tony.
Thank you so much, Tony. Really appreciate that.
Patrick's on it.
Was that?
Yep.
Pure character jumping up and down. Saying number one fan. Thank you, Tony. And Joe is now getting hungry. Sorry, Joe.
I'm getting hungry too. What are you talking about?
There is a small franchise in the Philippines called what the heck is the name of it? Angel Burger. Angel Burger. And man, I got to tell you, those are the best I've ever had in my life. Jimbo.
Thanks, Jimbo. Got another, Patrick?
Jimbo.
Oh, thank you.
Did you get that, Patrick?
Tony and Jimbo. Yep, I got that.
But anyway, this place, Angel Burger, it's like a little tiny stand that's in the middle of nowhere, and they have like 3 little stools next to a bar, and they take fresh chopped meat every morning, fresh pork, and fresh veal, and grind it all up, mix it all together, and they make the most incredible little burgers for 25 cents a piece, and just absolutely wonderful. Number one fan.
There you go, Tony.
That one's Tony's, right?
Yep, that's for Tony. Now, if you want these, you guys just email me, sales@lightsource.pro, and I'll send them to you.
Okay, so again with the downloads, just tried to download the free files. Jeremy's came through, but yours and Patrick's won't open. I don't know.
That's weird.
They're all in the same zip package. Yeah. Did I miss all of your projects? Yeah,
Well, we can hold them up again.
Coaster for Easter, an Easter coaster. But mine was more not so much the project, but the graphics. So these 3 this project can be ungrouped, and you can use these 3 graphics for anything that you want. And Jeremy, show yours real quick.
I got a lot. You want me to go through it all again?
Yeah.
All right. So the He Is Risen cross. This is I've done quite a few of them. This one got messed up. So, and I made this one. It comes on a 2-piece base, and you can see the engraving down there got messed up. It's really bright. But what I decided to do on this one is cut the letters out, and I 3D printed them on my 3D printer, and then filled them in from the back.
Jeremy, show the letters, because he did a raft on the
I'm doing that right now. So this is a different color, and I just built them with a raft on it so you could glue them from the back and not have the glue squeeze out through the front.
See, I told you guys, Jeremy gets some good ideas every once in a while.
This is what it looks like with the orange letters installed. And then I did a cross hatch on the cross, and then a solid engrave on the crown. And then the other thing is we do engraved fronts. These are my air fresheners. I just put clear coat on it. And I thought, why not do something like that with the 3D print? So I just 3D printed some and then glued those with some super glue onto the front. And you get a little color. So
I like that's a great idea.
Was the turtle?
I like the turtle.
And the sunflower.
That's cool.
Yep, that's what I've been doing this week.
And Patrick, do you want to show yours again?
Sure.
Oh, we got the goal.
There's the goal. I can't get it to put him on his knees, but that's close.
So that's where skid marks come from. Okay.
Yeah, apparently. Barking skid marks. This was mine.
Happy Easter. Hoppy Easter, I'm sorry.
Hoppy Easter. And the Rolly did a great job, the LaserMATIC, doing some really thin cuts there and over here.
You can also cut out just the egg, offset it by 0, and cut out just the egg out of paper, colored paper, and put the paper on the back would make it look really cool too.
Yep. So to contrast, this is plain wood, and then this is offset fill.
I love using
6,
offset fill.
6,000, 30%, 0.5 line space.
Yeah, I love using offset fill.
Yeah. Ernie, when you do the 3D print letters, do one at a time. What I did was I took one letter in Lightburn and I sized it a little bit smaller and left it the same and a little bit bigger. And I figured out which one fit the best. And then I went with that. And then I added all the letters in and then printed them that way instead of printing them all and they don't fit.
So these are the graphics that are going to come in mine. These are all separate graphics. So if you wanted to, you could select it, ungroup it once. Don't ungroup it more than once. And then you can drag these graphics out and use them on whatever file that you want. This is actually one of my favorite traces that I've ever done. And it's super detailed right down to the stab mark over here. And it's one of my favorite graphics that I have now, religious graphics. So you could just use these in any project. And that's why I did these. And I also have a square version if you wanted to do coasters. So these are designed for coasters. And I have a square version over here. So I can show you the square version. Yeah, I never know which way to turn it to get it in the right position. So that is a finished version of this. This is for my wife. And this is the round version. And I have already fixed that. See that little burn mark there? I had to do some offsets. But I've already done that. So that's already been fixed. So that's how these come out. I think it's a really great bunch of files. Let me get back to the other screen real quick.
Oh, wow, Paul. Those are good printers, too, from what I'm hearing. And by the way, these are not rafts. These are an actual. I did an offset in Lightburn, and then I took that offset and exported it separately. And then in my CAD program, I made them about 0.5 or 0.6 millimeters thick. And then I welded the letters to them because the raft will just peel away.
Okay, so let me address this real quick. Ray's saying, have the same problem with Rich and Patrick's won't open. They won't open. They're art libraries. So if you look in my folder, you'll see that there is a folder called SVG files. If you don't have Lightburn or you're using something else, go to the SVG files. Pop says, look at Google Maps. It would take me 19 plus hours to drive to the. Yeah, I don't think that would be something that you would drive to, Pop.
I think it was 18 and a half or 19 hours from my house, too.
Did you do the slate on a diode? It looks really, yeah, the slate was done on the LaserMATIC. I just got it reset up again. After I got the Eon, it took the LaserMATIC's place over here next to me. So I had to move it over there and put in a 30-foot extension cord and all kinds of stuff like that. Landry Woodworks, awesome coaster. Thank you. Thank you so much. Rich and Patrick. Okay, the LB art files that I downloaded are empty when importing them into the art libraries. I don't know what to tell you. They opened for me. That's all I can say. I was cooking dinner. How do you do the continuous frame? Okay, so let me show you real quick. So in Lightburn, let's see. Oh, wait a second. I got to come back. There we go. Okay, in Lightburn, I believe it's in these settings right here. So it's the device settings, the wrench and screwdriver. Right here, it says frame continuously.
Mm-hmm.
Just tick that button right there on, and then it will frame continuously. So that's a nice new feature in Lightburn. Can you remove the banner off the screen so we can see you better? What? There's no banner on the screen.
Not on my end either. I don't know if it's showing
up on theirs. I went ahead and popped one up real quick and then turned it off, and that normally fixes it.
Oh,
okay.
Okay. I don't see another banner. 3D printing is going to only get more important, in my not so humble opinion, says Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been playing around with 3D printers for about 5 years now.
Here's a banana on a jet ski. Just because.
Kevin says he's just joining. Streaming not working in LMR. Yeah, we had some problems in the beginning. Sorry about that.
There's been some issues.
Yeah, server issues. We have no control over it. Greg Wilson says it's gone now. Okay. Yeah, the banner. Secret Laser Man. Oh, he's a secret. Oh, I didn't turn my other camera on. There we go.
Incognito mode now. Secret Laser Man.
That's a nice hat, by the way, Jeremy.
Yeah, I like it. It's comfy. It's got a weird patch on it, but I'm getting used to it.
A weird patch on it? Okay.
That's that DTF stuff. I'm not used to it being flat.
Show that hat. That hat my son made. I think it's beautiful.
I'm just picking on you. I like it.
I don't know where mine went. It's around here somewhere.
Oh, also, oops, right here. Got a shirt.
Have you tried 3D printing for lost wax? Casting method to make metal parts. Oh, a casting print? Yeah, I've seen a lot of people do that. And they usually do like acrylic fills in the
you got to use nylon and stuff that'll handle the heat. PETG might do it. I don't remember what the temperature on PETG is. 270, 250 to 270 Celsius. I don't know what that is Fahrenheit. It's quite high, over 400.
I want to see the 20 pass broken glass. Well, I have to redo the broken glass. So I've only just created the file. And this is the broken glass file. So I've only just started experimenting with this. But see all of those lines that are supposed to be the broken glass or the broken rock? I'm going to expand all of those much, much bigger. So I have to go back through this file. And I'm going to expand all of those lines. And then it'll get, this one's only one pass. So my logo was 2 passes and the cracks were 1 pass. But I'm going to redo this, and I'm going to expand all of the lines out so that it has a real deep 3D look to it, as if the slate is broken. So no, I'm not going to be doing that tonight because I have to redo that file. I was just experimenting with this. But yeah, I'm going to do that probably in a video.
It's going to look good when it's a little deeper.
Hey, Laurie. Can't wait to get more info about the Galvamatic. We have some.
Sorry, you have to wait till Thursday, like the rest of us.
Yeah, we have some surprise announcements on the Galvamatic that's going to be cool.
Yeah, it's less than a week away. Not too much longer away.
Dan says, "I love the one that your son made for me, Rich." Thank you, Dan. I appreciate that. I'm sure he appreciates it too. In fact, I think he's watching tonight. I don't know. I haven't seen him make a comment. I am gonna
achy. I'm getting a fever feeling.
Uh-oh. That's not good. I'm gonna step out for 1 minute and go get a bottle of water. Be right back.
Now I gotta mute myself so I can cough again.
Yeah. Okay, questions. Let's do some questions again. If anybody's got anything. Yeah, 3D printing is going to get a lot more involved now.
I got a question. I haven't been sick forever. Why am I getting sick whenever I have to get on a plane in like 3 days?
Yeah, that's not good. But 3D printing's been around forever. But it used to be that only if you're a person that likes to tinker, with your machines and fix things and all kinds of stuff like that, only those people were involved in 3D printing. And nowadays, it's not a problem at all.
Yeah, Da Vinci, you're going to need a 1,500 watt to 2,000 watt fiber cutter, and they're about $50,000 to $80,000 or more in order to cut 3mm steel.
It's going to be like Christmas on Thursday.
Out with one too, but I think we saw a price on that one on the video that I watched yesterday. It was about $30,000.
Question: if you put circles around on copy to path, can you resize them all at one time? Well, Sharon, it depends on what the project is. Most projects you could just select all and resize it to whatever size that you want. I don't know what put circles around copy to path. Copy along path circles.
So if you put 10mm circles around a 50mm circle, and then you want to change those little ones to 8mm, can you do them all at once, or do you have to just run an 8mm circle, do a copy along path to keep it at the 50mm circle? I think that's what she's asking. I've tried that before, and it did change the size, but it also changed the diameter of all of them.
I'm not really sure, because I'm not sure exactly what she means. But let's see. Suggestions on cut brass plates for 60 watt MOPA. Cut brass plates.
Where are those? I got some stuff.
Yeah, they have to be real thin.
All right.
Secret Laser Man, we were talking about FDM printers.
So this is 0.8mm brass, and it seems to be the best on the 60 watt right there. And let me see if I can find any settings.
On my 20 watt Rakis, the thickest thing I can cut with that is like an aluminum business card. On the 60 watt in the other shop, though, I can cut thicker, like what you just showed. Looking at the COM marker B4 50 watt, would love your thoughts on it. I would say get a real. I would suggest against it. Haotian is a great source for fiber lasers. They have great support, great prices. I don't know where Patrick went, but he's got a link to Haotian. I would go with a different company. It's been like a lot of things that I've heard that aren't great. On
I had to get a drink.
So on the COM marker, Patrick, do you have a link to Haotian for the Tasmo? He's looking at getting a COM marker B4, and I was suggesting that he probably shouldn't. He should probably go with a different company like Haotian or any of the real lasers. I've just heard a lot of problems with the COM marker. That's why I'm saying that. Talking to other people that are reviewing them. Prior to clicking on the start button, what size beer should I have handy while I wait? 32 ounce?
40.
40 ounce. Yeah, a 40. That's right. 40s.
Who's asking about brass?
Dwayne.
Well, I use a 175 lens on my 60. Standard Q pulse of 200, and I run a 48 frequency, 50 speed, 80 power, 8 passes.
Hey, what brand is yours, Jeremy?
Lasers only. It's just whatever. It's a Chinese.
Okay. Yeah, but
I didn't know about any of them other ones 4 years ago when I bought them, and
yeah.
Andrew and I had pretty good relationships. We bought one from him.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, don't get any of the compact models like where everything
No,
is plugged
it's a
into a little case.
split.
Like
It's a good split one.
I
JPT.
like the splits are my favorite, and I'll tell you why. Because like on my fiber I've got over here, it's on a wood table, and what we did was my son cut a 4-inch hole in the table, and I 3D printed a fixture for the hose, and we screwed it up to the table, plugged the hose up to it, and because it's a split model, all of the little holes in there is a super suction coming through it. So you get no smoke. The smoke goes right out the exhaust, and even the debris. In fact, we just cleaned the hose 2 weeks ago, and there was a lot of debris inside there.
See you, Kenny.
Bye, Kenny. See you in a couple of days.
See you later, Kenny.
See you in a
now,
few
if
days.
I was doing like a deep slate engraving or a deep brass engraving using air assist that was blowing the dust off of stuff, that vacuum table like that might not pick it all up.
No, it would definitely pick it up. Yeah, I'll show you when you come here Thursday.
Would? Okay.
Yeah. When you come here this week, I'll show it to you. You'll say, "Wow, that's fantastic."
I just wondered if the air assist might be too powerful and blow the dust off the table before it gets a chance to get sucked in.
Yeah, it gets everything. So it gets everything. I mean, after I'm done, I take my little paintbrush and I just flick it really hard to clean off the bed, anything that's stuck to it, and everything just disappears. Nothing comes off the bed. So it's
cool.
And then when you have a project on there, is even more suction, and it's 360 degrees all the way around it. You'll see when you come here.
And it sucks it down to keep it in place.
Yeah, and that's another great thing about it too. Oh, hang on, Jeremy.
Yeah, just popping that up while you guys were talking. This was one of the brass earrings that I made on a live stream.
Back up a little bit for you. There you go. It just focused.
Yep. And that's that same thickness. So
is that
what I did?
0.08?
0.8.
Yeah.
0.8 of a millimeter.
Yeah, 0.8.
And I just left it in place. I put this back in after I buffed it, and then I did the black on it and then took it out and it was all done. Because it'll get discolored a little bit as you're cutting it.
Cool. All right, so we are at the hour and a half mark, which is usually where we start saying final call for questions. So does anybody have any laser questions? I know what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put in a couple of links from my file here. Let's see. I'm going to add a bunch of links here. So the first one is going to be for tonight's files. And that is the download for tonight's files.
See you, Ernie. Thanks for stopping by.
Ernie.
Bye, Ernie. The second link I'm going to put in here now is for the raffle that's running right now for the Galvamatic. And the third link that I'm going to put in is going to be for you to go over and click the bell notification. Hang on, Gregory. That's for the Galvamatic live stream that's coming up this Thursday. So there are all of the links. And Palowina, I'm not sure that, the settings is relative to what laser that you're using, Gregory. So there are a ton of lasers on the market. Now, on the Palowina, I did do a test with the LaserMATIC. I'm not going to tell you the settings because it won't apply to you anyway, but it was the same settings that I had for White Oak, if that helps. Do any of you guys have a CNC? Yeah, I've got two of them. I'm trying to find affordable software I think I use Vectrix, I think is the name of it. It's not affordable. On the LaserMATIC 30, hang on a second, because let me go ahead and take a look. Let's see, material library. I don't know. I don't have Palomino in here, but I think oak and white oak work. So here's oak. So to engrave on the 30 watt, I use 24,500 millimeters per minute at 80% power. And to cut, let's see, I've got 3.5 millimeter, 525 millimeters per minute, 100% power, constant power mode is what I use for 3.5 millimeter. Hope you're following. You can always rewind the video. For 5 millimeter, 410 millimeters per minute, 100% power, constant power mode. And these are one pass. And for 8 millimeter on the 30 watt is 310 millimeters per minute and 100% power, constant power mode. So that should help you. I found that the Palomino was the same as white oak, and that was the oak settings that I've got. So I haven't transferred the white oak settings yet. I don't think it was much different. I think they were, and they're all pretty close to the same when it comes to oak. So I did the oak, the white oak, and something else. I don't remember what the other one was.
Ash is like white oak as well. Ash cuts like the white oak does.
Yeah. Should I start learning how to use a Galvo laser before I get the Galvamatic? No. The Galvo laser is going to be exactly like using your LaserMATIC. So what the Galvamatic does is whatever file you design and you send it over to the laser, it cuts that file into, it like cuts it up into pieces, 100 millimeters by 100 millimeters. And it does each 100 millimeter at a time. And then it'll slide over to the next. It'll do that next part and slide over to the next, do the next part. There's no Galvo light. You don't need Lightburn Pro. You're still going to use Lightburn Core. So it's still going to be a G-code license. And it's going to work just like a regular diode laser. There's not going to be any
cooler.
The difference is that I think what you're talking about is a fiber laser, has different settings as far as, frequency and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you, Secret Laser
Man. Secret
Man.
Laser Man. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated.
Thank you very
for
much.
The donation. Last call for donations, too, by the way. Did you find that the exhaust fan on the LaserMATIC is adequate for a short distance? Yeah, for a short distance it is. The Galvamatic is not coming with a fan in the back of the machine. It's going to come with a separate inline fan. And what you do is put that inline fan as close to your outlet to the outside as you can, and then connect up the hose. Not seeing the link to the raffle. It's in the comments there. I put it in these comments. It's lahobbyguy.com/Galvamatic40. Sawing 10 logs into 5 millimeter sheets. Sheet would like.
I'm assuming that's the Palomino. Who was asking about that? I don't remember.
Yeah. Okay. So that's Robert. Jack answered you with use Fusion 360. Yeah, I used the Vectrix, the V carve like he does. But I'm not good at it. So.
See you, Pop.
Secret Agent Man. Secret Agent Man. See you, Pop. I thought he was called to dinner a long time ago. All right, everybody. Last call for questions. Laser questions, Galvamatic questions. Any questions at all? What the temperature is here?
You wanted to bring a drone for the group picture?
No, we have wide angle lenses. Thank you, though. It's going to be indoors. Okay.
Rad Dude's got one for you.
Oh, yeah.
Constant power.
Oh, yeah, he didn't request one, so you get one anyway.
Who?
No, he did.
Oh, okay. Joe, his email address is sales@lightsource.pro. Sales@lightsource.pro is Patrick's email address.
Yep, I'll get around to him tomorrow.
Led Zepp says, thank you from the UK. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here. Without you guys, we wouldn't exist. Robert says, good night. See you all on Thursday. Patrick, hope you're feeling better soon. Me too. I hope you feel better.
Thank you.
Before you get here. They're giving you a number.
I'll be looking in the chat Thursday.
In general, when would constant power be needed, and when should you definitely not use it? Constant power is used for cutting, and you should definitely not use it if you're doing raster engraving or any type of engraving for that matter. So just remember, if it's in line and you're cutting, that's when you want to use constant power. Thank you, Tim.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
See you, Andrew Woodworks.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. And I think we're going to call that a wrap. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Sounds good. I need ibuprofen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got my painkillers, and I've got my new fancy back brace, which is helping me out quite a bit. But I'm looking forward to April 2nd. April 2nd is going to be my surgery to repair my failed surgery from 6 weeks ago.
Oy vey.
And oh Lord, let me tell you what, I'm really not looking forward to it, but I can't stand living on these painkillers, and I have like about 4 hours of, on my feet every day, and plus my head is always in a fog because I'm taking the oxycodone and the muscle relaxers, and 3 times a day. Man, I tell you what, it's terrible. But I don't have time to make videos. I can barely do this every 2 weeks. Not quite sure what I'm going to do for the next few days. First person flies in tomorrow, but I'm going to have to, grit my teeth and bear it and take more painkillers, I guess. But that's it for tonight. Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all for being here. We will be back in 2 weeks, every 2 weeks. If you want to get notified when we're going live, you can go over to lasermakersrealm.com. Right there on the main page, you'll see a sign up for our email notification. That will send you a notification whenever we go live, and usually at about 3 o'clock in the morning, so that you have the whole day, read the email. Oh, I forgot about that. You click the link, go over and click your bell notification. Please like and subscribe if you're not subscribed to whatever channel that you're watching on right now. And we want to thank you so much for being here. And we'll see you all again in 2 weeks. Thank you.
Good night, everybody.